Welcome everybody to another JQLM Radio special edition with your girl, Lady J, right here on JQLM Radio, a division of Ego Entertainment Network. And I am excited about today's show. Okay, so I have gotten to know this guest a little bit, over the past few weeks, and he is really dope, y'all. But before we get into that, of course, we must get those formalities out of the way. So, if this is your first time tuning in to JQLM Radio and you would like to share with your family, friends, and followers on all the different ways that they can tune in, this is how you can do that. If this is your first time tuning into the show or to JQLM Radio and you would like to share with your family, friends, and followers on all the different ways that they can tune in, be sure to tell them to download the JQLM Radio app on their Apple or Android devices. You can also listen live to JQLM Radio 24/7, 365 via Amazon Alexa, TuneIn app, the Stream and Simple Radio app, and a host of other platforms of which you can find located on our website, where you can also listen live at egoentertainmentnet.com. Also, don't forget to follow, like, and share us. We do follow back. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at JQLM Radio. You can also connect with Ego Entertainment Network at EgoEntNet. That's EGOENTNET on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter also. Also, connect with us on LinkedIn at Ego Entertainment Network. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our YouTube channel, Ego TV Network, at youtube.com/Ego TV Network. Formalities out of the way, I have to shout out some of our partners and sponsors. First up is GDFAM, God Didn't Forget About Me, apparel brand by none other than Shan White. And that's the shirt that I'm rocking today, y'all. GDFAM, God Didn't Forget About Me. Make sure that you all go check out our apparel. Super dope. Go to goddidn'tforgetaboutme.com. Also, right here in Indy, if you are planning an event, listen, you must go to the Gallery Event Center and go see Mr. Richard and his wife, Mr. and Mrs. Powell, in Castleton. Go to the galleryeventcenter.com to book today. If you are a supporter of JQLM Radio, a partner or a client of Ego Entertainment Network, or of my own personal brand, or my other company, Life Support Company, Business Bangers, then go to ladyj.co, fill out the contact form, and I'll give you a special Lady J code, okay, to get an enormous amount of money off. All right. So now that we have that out of the way, let's introduce our guest for today. Ron Godfrey is a SAG-eligible, award-nominated actor, author, entrepreneur, and musician. Ron Godfrey is a SAG-eligible. Ron Godfrey is a SAG-eligible, award-nominated actor, author, entrepreneur, and musician. He has been casted in multiple television series and films and featured on multiple platforms that include HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Hulu, and his latest TV One, where he played a detective in the hit true crime series Fatal Attraction. Let's welcome Ron Godfrey to the show. So let's welcome Ron Godfrey to the JQLM Radio Special Edition. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good.
I like that intro. That intro was dope.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody who comes on this show says the same thing about theirs. Everybody's is like customized.
Yeah, I like that. Oh wow, that's the first.
Hey, that's what we do here. We the first of a lot. So, hey, what's up, everybody that's watching? Make sure that you all are simultaneously, okay, listening to JQLM Radio on the app or Amazon Alexa or the TuneIn app or whatever. Y'all, we need to continue to get these numbers up. We trying to go terrestrial. Okay, we need those listeners. We are already, y'all, hitting between 45 to 80,000 listeners a month. We need to get to 100,000. Okay, please go and do that for us. So, Ron, real quick, tell everyone a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, where you're from, and what you like to do in your spare time.
Again, my name is Ron Godfrey, and I'm originally from Stamford, Connecticut, the home of the WWE. If you know anything about
Yes,
that.
watch it recently.
Yes, that's my home. That's where I grew up. I went to school, and then I moved to. Matter of fact, the day after graduation, I moved to Charlotte, and I've been in the South ever since. And as far as my spare time, when I get it, I like to go, see a movie or go do some bowling or something like that. Whenever I get some spare time, which is not too often.
Okay. All
Right,
right. So bowling and movies. All right.
right,
Well,
right.
I mean, being an actor, I guess I can see that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So you are a SAG eligible award nominated actor and author, in addition to being a musician and entrepreneur. So for those who don't know, because I know what it means, what does SAG eligible mean?
Um, that I am eligible now to move to the next phase, to become a SAG actor, which is Screen Actors Guild, which it's a level up. It levels me up as far as my scale, pay, level of movies, the whole nine. So
Right.
I'm eligible that for that now, because I did three or more SAG projects,
Mhm.
which made me eligible. So that even being SAG eligible is a blessing.
Yeah. I have to say congratulations too on that. So as mentioned in his intro video that was trying to give me a lot of difficulty. Uh, he's been featured on platforms like HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Hulu, and TV One. So before we get into the show that you was in on TV One, because I'm definitely going to talk about that.
Oh boy, oh
But
boy.
before we get into that, so you were nominated this year for the at the Black Only Awards and uh ATL's Hottest Award. So for the Black Only Awards, you were nominated as Best Author of the Year,
Right,
and ATL's Hottest Awards is Best Actor of the Year.
right.
So what has that been like for you thus far?
Um, a blessing, of course. First and foremost. As far as the ATL's hottest, this would be my third consecutive nomination. So it's a blessing to be nominated. A lot of people say, "Oh, you should do this. You should be able to win this and that and the other." But you know, um, to be recognized is just as much of a blessing as it is to
Absolutely.
actually win the award. You want to win, of course,
Yes.
um, but to be recognized. And as far as the author of the year award, that was a total shock. I didn't
Mhm.
see that one coming at all. I mean, I didn't see either one of them coming, but especially being the author of the year, that was my first nomination for my book, and that's a real. It's a shock, but it's a blessing at the same time.
Awesome, awesome. I want to shout out to our listeners on JQLM Radio. I see a lot of y'all. Know I can't see everybody, but I see y'all tuning in. So I want to say thank you. Make sure that you all are go text 317-886-0296 and leave a shout out or a review for Ron. Also, so you were recently featured in one of my favorite true crime series.
I've
So
heard that a lot.
for those who don't know, I love true crime and horror, and my youngest daughter is a mini me because we will watch horror and true crime 24/7, 365. So you played a role in Fatal Attraction on TV One.
I
Tell me,
did.
what was that like working with that show?
It was amazing. I had been trying to, I won't say trying, I've been wanting to get on that series for a while. And then when I finally got the word that I had been booked, of course, I was jumping for joy.
Mhm.
And, to actually be on that set, knowing that not long after filming that I was going to actually, see myself on a true crime series, it was amazing. That was amazing, and
That's
then
a long running series too. It's
yes,
a
yes, yes.
very
This
long
is the
running series.
this is season 12.
Yeah, yeah.
Season 12. And to look at that, I'm sitting there watching it, I'm like, wow. I mean, I've seen myself on screen before, but still, a true crime series such as, Fatal Attraction on
That's
TV1,
huge.
that's huge for me.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Listen, Fatal Attraction is right up there with Wives with Knives and
Right, right,
and
right.
Snap.
For my man, yeah,
And Snap. Yeah. So, and
exactly.
you had a big role too. You had a big role.
Mhm.
You played lead detective,
I
and
did.
that
I
was
did.
you did an amazing job. I was, when I meet people in this industry, first of all, let me just say I love how down to earth and humble you are, because not everybody is that way. uh but also, you know how when you first meet somebody or actor or a singer, you want to know, oh, can they really sing, or do they lip sing, are they out of tone, or can they really act, like how good is their acting, like are they Samuel Jones, like, or are they like some of those not B-list but C-list actors. But when you played in that in that series, you did an amazing job, so it was very believable.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah. When I submitted for it, you never know what's going to happen. When you submit, when you press enter, and you press that send button, it's all up in the air at that point. Is between you and God now. Like, Lord, please, could this could really do something for my career.
Right.
And when they booked me, I got the email saying that I've been booked. I was like, wow, here we go. And I can't explain to you the feeling that I got to get so much feedback.
Hmm.
Because again, a lead detective, and people are like, wow, the camera was on you just about the whole time, and
Yeah.
the whole nine. I mean, I I played I had a main role,
Right.
and so it was amazing. It was amazing, and I want to thank everyone for, the great feedback that you gave me, all the love that you showed. That was amazing.
All right, so we're gonna switch gears and get a little personal now, just a little bit. So this is the part that everybody needs to listen. If you got a man, or I mean, in your life, I don't care if it's a father, a husband, uncle, cousin, granddaddy, whoever, you want to tune into this, okay? Get some of these tidbits that's getting ready to come on air.
Oh boy.
So, you're also an author and entrepreneur. So your brand, Grind and Conquer. Let's talk about that first before we get into your life story in your book.
Okay.
So your brand, Grind and Conquer, is an apparel line,
Hmm.
right? And there's a mantra that goes with that. So can you tell everyone a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, Grind and Conquer, I came up with the idea a few years ago, while in the gym working out. Um, I was actually bench pressing, and I had like one more set to go, and then I had to get into my head, into my own self, and like, I'm on my grind trying to conquer this. And
Mhm.
that's what I said to myself. And then I said, wait a minute, grind and conquer, grind and conquer, grind and conquer. I could put that together and create something, because um we are all on the grind. So it speaks
Right.
to everyday life. It doesn't just speak to the goals that you're trying to set for your physical or whatever like that.
Mhm.
We're all on the grind trying to conquer our goals, whatever goals that we have set for ourselves. So I came up with the saying grind and conquer. And then, so yeah, grind and conquer was born. And I launched it last year, and it's doing
Awesome.
pretty good.
So, yeah, I see that you have quite a few people that are, wearing your brand and sporting
Yeah.
it out there. So,
Oh yeah.
congrats on that. And what is the main thing that you want people to take away or feel when they are supporting and or wearing your apparel?
That's a good question, because I had one a friend of mine. She's actually a colleague of mine. She's an actress, beautiful person. She purchased one of my shirts, and she said when she put it on, she felt empowered. And that was amazing to me, because that's what I want everyone to feel. I want you to feel empowered, because if you look at the logo itself, there are two eagles, and
Mhm.
if you know anything about eagles, eagles, they either fly with each other, or they fly alone,
Mhm.
because eagles don't fly with any other bird. Okay.
Right, right.
And eagles can fly higher than any other bird that exists, and they
Mhm.
can see far.
Right.
And so, the whole thing about it is, like when storms come about,
Mm-hmm.
the eagle doesn't back away, but the eagle flies above the storm in order to
Right.
keep going. So my thing is stay on your grind, keep going no matter how hard it gets. Just keep going and
Mm-hmm.
conquer your goal. You will make it.
Awesome. So now let's get into well, you know what? Before we do that, let's just go ahead and take a break. So listen, y'all don't go anywhere. I need y'all to stick and stay. We're going to be right back. We're going to pay some bills, okay? And when we come back, we are going to talk to Ron about his book and a little bit about his life story. All right. So stick and stay. You are tuned in to the JQLM Radio Special Edition right here on JQLM Radio with your girl, Lady J. Ego Entertainment Network's JQLM radio division is now accepting new radio hosts or syndicated radio shows and podcasts. Join a winning team with 46,000 to 70,000 listeners per month in 65 plus countries. All-inclusive packages, major podcast distribution, and major event opportunities and more. Do not miss out on this opportunity. If you want to start your own show or have a show already and you would like to syndicate, contact Ego Entertainment now at egoentertainmentnet.com. That's egoentertainmentnet.com. Sharbria Shine's Single Woman Chronicles is going on tour. Maryville, Fort Wayne, and Indianapolis, Indiana are in for a real treat. You do not want to miss this stage play of a young woman obsessed with love and marriage. The live stage play will take place in Maryville, Indiana on August 27th at the Living Hope Church at 2 o'clock p.m. In Indianapolis, Indiana on September the 10th at the Schrott Center for the Arts at Butler University at 7 p.m. And in Fort Wayne, Indiana on September the 24th at the Arts United Center at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at swcthestageplay.com. That's swcthestageplay.com. Make it a date night or a girls' night out and be there. Sharbria Shine's Single Woman Chronicles. Music, I Wanna Feel by Alexi Action on Pixabay.com. If you're tired of hearing the same music and content every 5, 10, or 15 minutes on air, then check out JQLM Radio for the realest, rawest, and most relevant variety of music, talk shows, and more. Start your days with a little bit of gospel and gospel rap from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All of my life, I've never known you to fail. You deliver me. 'Cause all I seem to do is coming and breaking it down with that wiggity style, man. We really be living it out, don't miss it.
Then get into some hot R&B.
Say baby, what you doing? Excited.
Some hip hop.
Falling in deep with the quicksand. Flag on the pad, oh quick run. I was packing on the pound, got my
time and I heard that
a little bit of pop,
watermelon sugar, strawberries,
and some neo soul for the rest of the day. JQLM Radio, real, raw, and relevant.
holds my hand.
None other than Ron Godfrey, SAG eligible award nominated actor, author, entrepreneur, and musician. I sound like I'm running off my accolade. So, so before the break, we were just wrapping up talking about your brand, Grind and Conquer. Right. So now let's get into your book. So your book is entitled Crying Out in the Dark, and it is about your journey as a man battling with depression. Mm-hmm. So just real quick, can you just give us an overview of the book before we get a little bit into detail about your story?
Sure. I wanted to be an icebreaker, especially for men. Not a lot of men come forth about their battle with depression or anxiety or anything like that because they're in fear of being judged or, categorized in some form or fashion. And
Mhm.
so I wanted to share my story with the world to, let everybody know that, men go through things like that as well. And I've gotten a great response from the book. And as a matter of fact, the book is still selling really good. So I'm very happy about it.
Okay, awesome. So, when you talk about being in a very very dark place,
Mhm.
tell me, when did you realize or were able to come to grips with that you were in a dark place and were battling depression? Like, when did you stop lying to yourself?
Um, when I just reached a boiling point, you know, um, for years, I would bottle things up, you know, um, because I was afraid of speaking out about it. And I just felt that that was the safest place to be at the time until one day I just like, I just got tired. I just got tired of, just, lying to myself, or just keeping things in because it was destroying me, you know, because I was holding in so much that had, so many things that had happened throughout the years from the time I was like 5, 6 years old,
Hmm.
and so I got to a point where, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I gotta speak out.
So, you talk about hitting rock bottom
Hmm.
and that rock bottom place being very empty and dark for you. Tell me, what was the experience that you had, or what was rock bottom like for you to make you pivot and say, okay, now it's time for me to do something about this?
Um, Rock bottom was just that. It was. I was like, it was. I had the feeling of not knowing where to turn because I was afraid to turn right, turn left. You know, so
Hmm.
if I felt like I had nowhere to go, no
Right.
one to really turn to. I felt like no one would understand other than myself. That's the mentality that I had, and so I got to the point where, you know what, I don't care anymore. You know, I'm going to be judged either way.
Hmm.
No matter what I do, no matter what I say, be it good or bad, you're going to be judged either way. So, I had gotten numb, of being rejected, being, judged, you know, being turned down because I wore glasses, the whole nine, So I just, reached the point where I didn't care anymore, and I blew up. I remember blowing up one day, and then next thing you know, I'm writing my book.
Okay, so as a man, well, first let me back up and ask this. Did
Okay.
you seek professional help like therapy or go see a psychologist or something like that? Because I know for the African American community as a whole, it's kind of like taboo, or no, you don't do that, you telling your business, things of that sort. And I know um it's even more problematic for black men, because they are taught to, oh, you just suck it up, you can't make excuses and just keep it, what I'm saying, keep it moving. So did you have to seek professional help to help you through coming out of depression?
No, I didn't. What I did was I did a lot of fasting, a lot of praying. And I would say, two people that I would
Mhm,
really talk to, that helped me through my most darkest moments, you know. But
mhm,
outside of that, I relied heavily on God. I
mhm,
relied heavily on Him. And he brought me through.
You know, I think a lot of people don't realize the magnitude of a relationship with God can have on, you know, your lowest moment. Because that was my thing as well. Um, I didn't feel like, and it wouldn't have been, seeking professional help would not have been helpful at that moment. You know,
Mhm.
when you are first starting out, because most healthcare professionals can identify with where you are or what you're dealing with, because a lot of them haven't dealt with not the depression itself, but the things, the root behind the depression. The depression is the symptom of the root of something. So um and so they are more beneficial once you come past or come out of that rock bottom place. And so
Right.
that's very interesting though, that you didn't seek professional help, you know, to come out of that completely. um so you know, you had a lifelong of like heartache, rejection, and things that sort that contributed to this depression. So tell me, aside from the fasting and praying and things of that sort, what practical things did you do to help regulate your thoughts and your mind and begin to transform your mindset?
I wrote. That's all I did. I wrote what I was feeling. I wrote, and my feelings eventually became my book. You know, what I was feeling at that moment, I wrote. You know, if I was feeling a certain way towards someone, I wrote it. You know,
Okay.
that's how I got through it. You know, um, and to be honest with you, you know, some may ask, well, why didn't you seek out professional help? And it's not that I have anything against it, because if that's what you feel that you need, I would
Mhm.
encourage anybody to, you know, go ahead and seek that out. You
Right.
know, but for me, you know, my mentality at that time was, you know, they're trained to sit there and listen and to give me the best advice possible,
Hmm.
wherein I could get that from somebody
Anywhere.
that's not trained. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
You know, so, and that again, that was my mentality at that time. And again, I would encourage anyone that feel like they need, you know, counseling, to go ahead and seek out counseling. You know,
Right.
I definitely, you know, recommend it. But what worked for me is, you know, I had established a relationship with God at an early age, you
Hmm.
know, so, you know, I relied on him heavily, you know, and I've said this to, you know, individuals, and I'll say it here on the air, is that I've always trusted God,
Hmm.
but I trust him more now than I've ever trusted him in my life. And
And
that's
that's how
why,
it should be.
yeah. And if you look at my posts on Facebook or wherever I post it, I'm always giving acknowledgement to God,
Mhm.
because he is everything to me. Everything.
And I can identify with that. I second that. So, with this book, Crying Out in the Dark,
Mhm.
what is or what are the key points that you would like for people to take away from this?
Um, I can't narrow down, to be honest with you, but I will say that you will be able, whoever reads my book will be able to identify. I've had many people reach out to me, um, that said things like, reading my story was like reading about themselves.
Hmm.
You know, I've been through things, and come to find out there are other people out there that have been through similar situations. And, you know, in reading my book, they felt better knowing that they weren't alone, you know.
Right.
So I want people to know that you're not alone, in your struggle or in your journey through depression, because I've been there,
Mhm.
you know, and I've done that. And there's no, listen, it's okay to not be okay.
Oh, I know that's right. You just can't stay there.
You know, you just can't stay there. but
Mhm.
it's okay. I used to feel, that I was going to, like, again, I was going to be judged. I was, going to be looked at as less than. No, if you need help and you know it, it's okay to say I need help.
Mhm.
It's okay. I'd rather you get help than to sit there and self-destruct,
Right.
because
Right.
it could happen.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
So let's switch gears
Okay.
for a minute. You're also a musician. So you've shared with me that you've always been a musician. Came first. So tell me, how did that happen? Because most people enter into.
I'm sorry, your audio was going out. Repeat your question.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I said that you've told me before that you're a musician too, and you said that you've always been a musician,
Mhm.
and but the acting came first. So I said, how did that happen? Because most people, if they start out as a musician, that's their that's their go to or their first thing that they like break out with.
Um, it's funny to me too. It was back in 20, I want to say 2012, 2013. I was living in Alabama, and I woke up one morning. I mean, this is true. This is a true story. I woke up one morning, and I said, you know what? I'm going to become an actor. I'm going to start acting. And literally 4 to 5 months later, I was on stage performing my first stage play. you
Okay.
know. And then 4 months later, I did my first short film. 4 months after that, I did my first feature. 4 months after that, I was at Tyler Perry Studios doing Love Thy Neighbor, and
Awesome.
it just went from there. Here I am 10 years later, and about to be on Hulu next month.
And was on TV one. I
And
ain't
it
gonna
was
let
on.
that one go because that is my favorite. She's one of my favorite shows.
And I've been on TV One. I've been on Netflix. I've been on Prime. I'm on Prime and BET, and it's just, I'm just blessed. God has just really been blessing me.
Awesome. So listen, and that's a testament to people, out there right now. First of all, it's never too late. When you want to do something and you put your mind to it, I mean, he literally just woke up one day and said, I'm gonna be an actor.
Yeah,
Most
yeah,
people they have to work years and years and years to become SAG eligible and to get on all these major, platforms, to be Tyler Perry Studios and all that. And you were able to accomplish this like within months of saying that. So to me, that's awesome. And it is a testament to what happens when you trust God or trust the process and let him do his thing while you do your part. So, and constantly keeping him first and remaining humble. Because I'm telling you, favor can get you into some places that money and notoriety can't. And grace will keep you there.
and I tell people all the time, it's about staying humble and being patient,
Mhm.
and realizing that everything is not for you.
Right.
And I had a director, producer, tell me that one time,
Mhm.
and it stuck with me. He told me that, he said, Ron, you're a great actor. He said, but you're not going to get every role. You're not going
Right.
to be in everything. you
Mhm.
know, and that alone humbled me
Right.
even more. And he wasn't mean about it. He wasn't nasty about it. He was just, he was giving me food for thought. And
Mhm.
so what I tell people now is stay humble, stay patient.
Mhm.
What's for you, you're going to have. And even sometimes within the recent past, I would ask myself, I would ask the Lord, I said, Lord, how come I didn't get that role? I know I can smash that role, but he sees something that I don't see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I say, okay, Lord, maybe you saw something that, you didn't want me to be involved with. So, hey, just move on to the next. What's for me, I'll get it.
Awesome. So now that we've talked about all of that, tell people how they can go and purchase your book and how they can support you as an actor and follow you.
Okay. With regards to my book, now my book is on Amazon, and it's also on my website, which is rongodfrey.com. Now, the difference is if you order it from Amazon, okay, I'll thank you. I appreciate your support. But if you order it from my website, you will get an autographed copy from my website. So if you order the book from my website, which is rongodfrey.com, it would be autographed personally by me. It won't be stamped, and and I will send it to you. Also, you will see my apparel on my website as well. Um, and as far as just supporting me as an actor or anything else, you can follow me on Instagram at I am Ron Godfrey on Instagram. Again, that's I am Ron Godfrey. And then on Facebook, just Ron Godfrey. On LinkedIn, Ron Godfrey.
Awesome. So we're gonna do a quick game, real quick. Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we
It's
go, ladies
Minute
and gentlemen. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Me. It's called Minute Me.
Uh-oh.
Okay. And you have 1 minute or less to answer these 5 questions. I'm gonna just say something and you say the first thing that comes to your mind. It just gives listeners a little bit more about who you are on the fun side. Okay.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
You don't put it out there now. I can't say no.
All right. Favorite color?
Red.
Oh, okay. Favorite sport?
Football.
Okay. Favorite superhero?
Batman.
Really? Oh
Yes.
my God. Okay. And what brings you joy?
My children.
Okay. And last but not least, favorite cartoon character? Now I know
Oh
you
my
got some favorite cartoon
God. That's a hard one right there. That's a hard one. Oh man, my favorite cartoon character. I have a few. Oh man.
Well, I mean, well, you under a minute, so
Um, dang, it's a toss up between Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry.
okay. All right. Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So before we close out, so you've already shared how people can connect with you and follow you. For those of you who missed it, I am Ron Godfrey on Instagram, also on Facebook. And he has another Facebook page, Ron Godfrey on Facebook. And make sure you go to his website, rongodfrey.com. That's RONGODFREY. We have some other people tuning in.
Somebody said Flintstones.
Flintstones. And this is confirmation for me when you were sharing your story. So for those who are listening and watching as well, if something that he said resonated with you, make sure you go shoot him a message or shoot us a text 317-886-0296. Be sure to visit our website at www.egoentertainmentnet.com. Subscribe for free there so you can stay updated on everything that's going on, events and all of that good stuff. As well as opportunities and who's going to be on next. And as y'all can see, we play everything. You'll never have to turn the dial. You won't ever hear the same song every 15 minutes. We play it all day long. People love it. And yeah, we just, we do what we do. We stand out. And then we have amazing people like Ryan on here all the time. When we not on somebody's red carpet or something. So for event. So with that being said, Ryan, what are your final thoughts that you would like to leave with the listeners? What do you want them to take away from this whole entire interview?
Just know that in keeping God first, you can accomplish anything. Just stay on your grind and conquer your goals. Again, don't let anybody tell you can't. Mm-hmm. Can't doesn't exist. The word can't doesn't exist in the Christian's vocabulary. Okay. Mm-hmm. So because I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So just, believe that you can do and just fly like the eagles. And God will be the wind between your wings, beneath your wings.
Awesome. So I'm going to add to that and say, for those who aren't believers, it's the same thing. Can't should never be in your vocabulary. In
No.
my household, it's a cuss word. My kids are not allowed to say it. Can't. Oh no. It, it may be hard just because it's challenging doesn't mean it's not possible.
Right.
Okay. So I second that. I want to first, before we close out, I almost forgot. Tell us what projects you have coming up.
Well, I have a new project coming up next month, which will premiere on Hulu. It's called Mike, and it's premiering August 25th. And I am going to be it's episodic. I think it's like 9 episodes. And I am going to be on episode number 5. Episode number 5. And I play Donald Washington, which was Desiree Washington's father. And that's coming up again. That's coming up next month. It premieres on the 25th. And I have a couple more movie projects that I've just been booked. That'll be coming up soon. The Untitled. One is titled Controlled Mind. And I just got booked for that one a couple of days ago, actually. So I'm thankful for that. And I'll be filming a movie called Whispers. Actually, it's a series.
Okay.
Called Whispers. And I got a few more things in the fire, and then I can't mention right now, but just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. Ron Godfrey's on the move.
Okay. And you all will see him featured here soon. I'm not going to say where, but you have to go subscribe to Ego Entertainment. Okay. Go subscribe to egoentertainmentnet.com if you want to stay up to date. Okay. And so with that being said, Ryan, I want to thank you so much for joining me this evening right here on JQLM Radio's special edition.
Thank you for having me.
It has been an absolute pleasure being able to interview you and talk to you about, everything Ron. So I also want to shout out to our listeners, our faithful listeners, our listeners who bring more listeners, those of you who support us. We would not be where we are. You all have been rocking with us since 2016, since I started this journey in 2016, and I've had to shut down and restart. For those of you who know my story and know my journey with my health and things of that sort, I really, really appreciate y'all. I love being able to create a platform and an atmosphere for people to come and share their content, their messages of encouragement, and just provide some good old entertainment and music and things of that sort, and support businesses and things of that sort. So we really, 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 truly appreciate you guys. So this has been another JQLM Radio special edition with your girl Lady J right here on JQLM Radio, a division of Ego Entertainment Network. Be sure to tune in every day, all day, at some point of the day on JQLM Radio. And please, please, please go like, follow, and share us on social media at JQLM Radio and at Ego Net. That's EGOENTNET. Short for entertainment and short for network, Ego Net. All right. And if you would like to follow myself, Lady J, you can follow me on Facebook at Lady J Brand. You can also follow me on Instagram at ladyj.co, on LinkedIn at Lady J, and Twitter, y'all. I'm trying my best, y'all, to stay. It's so many pages. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, hey, JQ_1. That's JAQU_ and the number 1. I do follow back. JQLM Radio does follow back as well, and so does Ego Entertainment. So I appreciate the love. Thank you again, Ron. And y'all, we are out. Love y'all. Deuces.